Did we just play an exhibition game? Why are these people here? First World Series is over. Basketball, pro basketball hasn't started. I got nothing to watch. So get a free ticket to the Kentucky game.
Cal, what'd you get out of tonight?
Pardon me?
What did you get out of tonight?
We have a long way to go. I think everybody knows it. We've got a couple guys that play with great intensity. They're going to have to spend a lot of time on the court. It's just how it is. Mad, sad, happy, unhappy. They're going to have to be on the floor a lot because they just have that intensity that you need to win. The good news is everybody in this building saw it. Anybody that watched it on TV saw it. And then you start building from there. They also see we're not tough enough. First half, we couldn't even post up. We could not go in the post and hold a position. Again, my hat's off, Coach Lane, Transy. I told those guys after, you guys, Brian should be proud of them. They didn't back away. They started that game and made shots and played with unbelievable motion, played harder than us, got every loose ball, took charges, did stuff they had to do to stay in the game, sagged in. Here we are with a big height advantage. I think probably 5 of our first 6 shots were threes. Am I missing something here? But that's what happens when you have a lot of young guys or guys that aren't playing with that fire that you got to play with. They'll settle. Why you settle for threes? It's easier. Go in there and get pushed and shoved and grabbed and hit. Stay right out here and shoot this. I hope it goes. If it doesn't, I'm good. We've got a ways to go. Marcus T played a good game for a little point guard first time out. Really did. Showed some good boys, missed some shots, but that's not what he's going to be doing for us. What he's going to be doing is 9 assists, 2 turns in a game where he played a lot of minutes and we were flying up and down the court. Again, we looked, I thought we were in shape until we played this thing. We weren't, didn't look like we were in very good shape, so we got a lot of work to do there. Defense, we didn't talk. Like I said, there's 60 teams right now, maybe more, that we could not beat if we had to play today. Thank goodness we got another couple weeks before we got to play another game, a real game.
John, how about Anthony Davis and the way he could contest and block 3-point shots, and how was his ankle?
No, he's cramped up. It wasn't his ankle. He got cramps because he's not used to running that hard. That's why I was laughing when we carried him off. He's good, but he's physically, we got to figure out how we play him and where we put him where he can have success. Just throwing him in the post and saying, here, post up, Shaq. That's not who he is. He couldn't do it today. I made one play where he went back to his left hand that looked pretty good, but there were others where he couldn't get the shot off. The guy was 6'5", 6'4", guarding him. So we just got to figure out how to use him. When you end up a game with 8 blocks, that's pretty good stuff. And again, we only had 8 turnovers, and we didn't, they played the way they had to play. They sagged. They didn't go crazy. They're not going to spread out. They're going to sag. Well, guess what? That won't be the only team that plays us that way. There are going to be a lot of teams playing us that way.
Cal, what did you think of what Michael gave you?
Michael Gilchrist? Yeah, he was, obviously you watched the game. He was the difference in what happened. He did what I knew he would do. I would say, with looking at today, he's a starter. Because you got to have him start the game. You can't start the game like he did today. That's what I would say. I'll watch the tape again and watch everybody else, but I think he just solidified one spot because of great intensity and fire, and which is what we were looking for. He goes for 19, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 9 for 12 from the floor in 25 minutes. And I took him out in the first half because he had 2 fouls. I just want those guys to know, you get 2, I'm not going to play you. I don't care what you get. And then, because I wanted him to get more minutes, I put him in for about 4 or 5 minutes with 2 fouls, but normally I wouldn't do that.
John, he obviously gave you a big spark off the bench. Why not use him in that sense of?
Because you can't start a game down. We should be a good starting team. And then you go to your bench and we should be able to get another boost because those guys should be going against either a second line player from another team who's not as good as they are, or a teammate, a player on the other team that's a little bit tired after 4 or 5 minutes. So we just got to figure out, and again, I don't know who our starting five will be, but I would guess after today, Michael will be one of them.
I'm pleased with you with the way Darius handled the fact that he started in the second, the kid Gilchrist started in the second half, and when Darius came back in, he played pretty inspiring ball.
He did. He played good. I thought Duran played pretty good, but again, I got to watch the tape. You know, we just got to be a better team together. We got to play off of one another. We can't worry about, you know, where I'm playing. I mean, you know, I think we thought we were going to win by 100, and I was so happy the game was close. I was so happy the start was what it was. And then when we started separating, they came back and tied it up again. I was loving it. It's a teaching tool. It's a chance for me to talk to them about, you know, look, they're a good team, but they're Division III, but they're a good team. But come on, think about where we are as a team right now. That's basically what I said to them after.
Cal, what do you think defensively from your guys?
I'm gonna have to watch the tape and really see, because you know because we had so many blocks, it kind of covers some of the breakdowns. I do know this: we switched, which I do want to do with this team because we got a lot of guys that look the same, but we didn't switch the right way. Now I cannot blame them because we haven't worked on it much. So if we're going to switch and do those things, we're going to have to work on it.
John, did you see anything about how you were playing that was a little bit alarming to you, or is this exactly where you knew you were and they just needed a real game to see it themselves?
It's always alarming to me. I'm an alarmist. Is that a word, Dwayne? Okay.
Wayne's thinking of another word.
And when you panic, how do you say it? Panic-ist? No? We got a lot of work to do. I wish it was easy. You know, they just put a group of guys together, a bunch of freshmen, and they throw them together and they just play. And it's not how it works. Got a lot of work to do. Got a lot of work to do defensively, conditioning, toughness, execution, you know, understanding, you know, you can't settle. Got a lot, it's November 2nd. I've had them for 2 weeks. Think about that. I had them for 2 weeks. Still like my team, but it's just kind of, I got a lot of work to do. I thought it was going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard.
Any more questions?
John, what can you tell us about Stacey Poole, whatever his situation is, and what
we don't have any roster changes, so there's nothing to talk about right now. So, all right, thanks, folks.